Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here and welcome back guys to a pickups video. This is a proper retro games pickups video, and as promised in the previous video, I hope by the way you guys enjoyed that, all inspired by my re-spark, my reignition and passion for films, all brought on by the VHS bootleggers. And there's been loads of talk about films amongst the community and it's really got me buzzing again. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that video, and as promised, bang comes along another pickups video. And you're probably saying, well, Sega Zombie, you ain't done a video in 3 weeks and you do two at once. I've had some real technical problems. I filmed a load of footage and I'm glad it did go wrong in the end. I actually done one big epic pickups video where I showed everything I'd picked up over the last month or so, and it nearly ran for 90 minutes, and the iPad didn't like that, guys, and there was loads of problems. I managed to get it transferred across to the MacBook, but it was corrupted and it lost the final 20 minutes. So I don't know what on earth's gone wrong there. So went back to the drawing board, licked me wounds and redone it, and I think it's worked out for the best in keeping the videos, the films separate to the games. And if that does well, long may it continue, because I really enjoyed that side of it. But that's a video gone. We are back with some awesome pickups, guys, and I am buzzing because, as promised, as hinted at, there is Sega, boys. Oh yes, loads of Sega. And there's a biggie. Which is going to strike off the list. Oh yes. We've got the Mega Drive Final Countdown. We're knocking off that list, guys. And we'll talk about that at the end of this video. Where do we begin? Loads of tales to tell amongst some of these pickups. We've got Facebook pickups, we have got eBay, we've got Tuber boys, bought a fantastic bundle off of Tuber, and we've got a gift. I've got to say it's a gift. It originally started as a trade, but this guy has sent me a box of stuff, and I owe you, brother. I owe you loads more, so we'll sort that out and we'll run through it. Where do we begin? There's so much, guys. I don't know where to start. We'll start with the good old Specky, and these were purchases off a sales post on Sinclair for Sale. Now, Sinclair for Sale is an awesome community of people that obviously all love their Spectrums. Some great sellers on there, guys. If you're into your Spectrum and you're looking for some games and you're being sort of scared off by eBay, because I've noticed one thing, and just lately, the buy it nows on eBay for specky games is mental, and you don't get endless amounts of listings like you do on other retro games. Yes, there's an awful lot of Spectrum on there, but if you're after a particular title, they tend to a lot of them tend to be buy it nows at ridiculously high prices. So I highly recommend, if you're on Facebook, to check out Sinclair for Sale. And what I'm going to do, if I can, is leave a link to that group in the description below on this video, guys. As I said, a fantastic group with some really cool sellers on there. And I picked up these 3 games. Guy was selling a load of dual case games, and these 3 caught my eye straight away. I did actually miss some. That's the only thing with Sinclair for Sale and Facebook in general when you're on the retro gaming groups, is it's a bit hit and miss. It's pot luck whether you get that notification or the page refreshes quick enough, as I will tell in a later tale on this video, in whether you're going to get them or not. And you've got to be very quick, very quick on Sinclair for Sale. But I managed to get these, and first up we've got a Gremlin release, and that is Mask. I've never played this game. I've not had a chance to load it yet. I believe I paid around about £4 each for these, but it's in fantastic condition. I don't remember the game back in the day, if I'm being honest with you guys, but I remember the cartoon very fondly. I never got the toys because my parents always bought me Star Wars, and I had such a massive amount of Star Wars toys, and Action Man, He-Man. My brothers were into Thundercats and the like, and it was my cousin that had all of the all of the mask vehicles and characters, and I always wanted them. I think I had a few characters, and maybe I think I might have had the motorbike. I think I had that because it was a bit cheaper, but the red car, which you can see on the front now, my cousin had that, and the big truck. And was that Mayhem? Venom, that's it. And Venom was the bad guys, and Mayhem had that helicopter. I remember thinking that was so cool. But yeah, it's got all the fold out instructions, which is pretty cool because it's got a cartoon on there, comic strip there. But lovely condition for the age of it. When was this? It's got to be sort of like mid-late 80s. 1987. Over 30 years old, guys. And look at the condition. So first up, we've got the Mask. And then a game that I've got lots of fond memories of. I used to play this a lot in Felixstowe in the arcades. And I couldn't wait for it to come out on the Spectrum. And even, I really enjoyed it so much. I remember getting it onto the Atari ST and the Amiga, and I was really gutted that this never got a console release, and that's Cabal. Jim Bagley game, and a brilliant game, a really solid conversion on the Specky. I love the art style of the sprites on this. The game plays very similar kind of to Operation Wolf, but you can see your man on the screen, so it adds that extra gameplay dimension where you've got to avoid the bullets and you can roll either side of the screen and take cover. The tape, all in great condition. I loaded this up, guys, had a cheeky go on it, really enjoyed it. I remember really enjoying it when I got it on the Hit Squad label. But yeah, in fantastic condition. Awesome little game. And then finally, out of that little bundle, we've got Arkanoid. Again, a really solid conversion on the Spectrum. It's really good. It's colourful, really colourful, really quite accurate music at the start, and nice sound effects. So, you know, it's a good all-round game. Again, on the Hit Squad label, I really enjoyed this. But like what I've said, and I've documented it loads, is I gave up on the Hit Squad predominantly because the nostalgia wasn't there. And I decided that my collection is driven by nostalgia, and the Hit Squads were released by Ocean late in the Spectrum's life, and I only ever had 2 or 3 games. I know Chase HQ was one of them, but yeah, most of my nostalgia for the Specky is a bit before then, and it's the original releases. Again, I'd imagine this is sort of like, has this one got a year on it? 1986. So what a year 1986 was. But yeah, it's 48k, 128k, absolutely fantastic conversion, guys. In lovely condition. It's just got this awful aged tape on there. I'll see if I can clean that off. But Arkanoid, a Taito classic. We're gonna stick with Spectrum, guys, and we're going to go with +3, and it's another massive rabbit hole that I have just dived into. Thank you so much, Craig. We've still got to sort that deal, Craig. I'm absolutely loving the Spectrum +3. It's a love-hate relationship for me. I think I've mentioned this before, but we used to have the 128k Toast Rack Spectrum. We had it for years, and I don't know why. My dad one day decided to trade that in, get rid of that, and when I got home from school, there was no warning. I come home from school, my trusty 128k with all my games pretty much was gone, and he had replaced it with the +3. And bless him, I know he had good intentions because he thought that was the future, you know, and in a way disc was, but it was really frustrating because I had some great games, and to begin with, I didn't realise that you could hook a tape player up and play your tape games. I thought it was the end of the world. That I had literally like 2 disc games, and one of them was the pack-in compilation. And Dad had gone somewhere and bought Run the Gauntlet, and I remember hating that game. Whenever I see that game, it annoys me. And yeah, it's sort of a love-hate relationship with the Spectrum Plus 3. But I learned to really love it. I really did. And it's just so full of nostalgia. So really chuffed to have that in the collection. And yes, I've been buying games. And first up, we've got RoboCop, guys.
Serve the public trust. Protect the innocent. Uphold the law.
The theme of RoboCop continues in my videos. I've already got the big box tape version, but this is the Plus 3 disc version. This one has no pull-out poster and instructions, but I'm not fussed about that. It's the correct box, which is good. But like I said, I've got it all nice and complete on tape, so I'm happy to have it in that condition on the Plus 3. That was an eBay purchase, and I think it was around 15 quid I paid for that. Quite a while ago, so I can't remember. It was a while ago I picked that one up, guys. And continuing with Plus 3, and again we're going back to Sinclair for sale. And as I hinted at, there's a tale to tell, as there usually is with me. And yeah, there's a guy on there called Glyn, who I believe is an admin on the group. He put a valuation post up. Now, how it works on Sinclair for sale is if you've got some obscure Spectrum games or hardware, anything obscure, anything that's really hard to price, you can place a valuation post on the group with one condition, that when a value is being agreed or reached, you then have to put it on a sales post in Sinclair for sale and not be greedy and go and take it to eBay, which I totally agree with 100%. And yeah, this Glyn had put a bundle of Plus 3 games. It's not often on Facebook you see Plus 3 games. You see the odd one or two, but to actually see a bundle on there, I was really excited, and I instantly commented and said, look, I have no idea what the value is of this bundle, but when you do get a valuation and you know what it's worth, please can you tag me, let me know when the sales post goes up, because I'm really interested. I'll definitely take them. And he said, yeah, not a problem. And he was true to his word. He warned me that the post was going live, and as it went live, I typed in yes please in comments, and I thought I'd won. It turned out that I got beaten by a millisecond by a guy called Stephen Brown. And I was gutted, and he beat me by putting PLZ. He abbreviated and just put PLZ for please, whereas I put yes please. So he beat me, and there was a bit of a banter, a bit of joking going on afterwards, and that's how I lost it. And Glyn was like, I'm ever so sorry, mate, but you were pipped to the post by Stephen. And I thought, well, you win some, you lose some. I weren't lucky this time. I was genuinely gutted, to be quite honest, because it's some really nice games there. And then, lo and behold, within an hour, Glyn got back. He messaged me on Facebook and he said, look, Stephen actually only wants 2 of the games, and that's what he's buying the bundle for. He's asked if you are still interested in the others. He will. You can work out a deal, and he'll kindly sell them to me, which he done. Stephen contacted me again on Messenger. We had a long chat. Really top guy. He done me a fantastic price on these. I think the whole bundle for the 7 was 120 quid, 130 quid posted. So Stephen only wanted 2 of these games. And 2 of the games were Captain Blood, which I know it's a highly regarded game, but I was never really into that genre of game, and I was never that keen on that back in the day. And I've got it tape, so I'm more than happy to just have the tape of that. So I weren't too fussed when he said he wanted to keep that one. And then Stephen said he wanted to keep, which I've written down here, 4 Top Games compilation. I cannot remember what the games were on that. Yeah, I can't remember what the games were. But again, I wasn't that fussed. There was some good games on that compilation, but I was like, no, I'm happy with that. And I got the games that I really wanted. He done me a fantastic price I think it was 70 quid, including postage. Which, when you go on eBay and you check the individual selling prices for these, even on Sinclair for sale if they're sold individually, is a lot more than what I paid. And first up, we have got Magic Knight Trilogy. This is in lovely condition. I love these style of boxes. Yeah, fantastic condition. I haven't had a chance to load these yet. Steve and Glyn, your packaging was amazing. All of these come individually wrapped. Loads of shredded paper in there. But yeah, there's the disc. Instructions in there. Fantastic condition. Now, the Magic Knight Trilogy, the Magic Knight games, I remember Finders Keepers, Spellbound. I'm sure there was more than 3. Was there more than 3 games in this series, guys? In comments, let me know. But yeah, this is Finders Keepers, Spellbound and Nighttime. I'm sure there was more than 3 games. I could be wrong. Put them up there as they are +3. And then that leads us on to another one, and that is Chartbusters, another compilation, this one. And I only thought there was 3 games on here. There's actually 6. So I was really excited about that. Ego Tootie, this is for you. The top game there is Mutants. Tootie always laughs how I say mutants, don't you, mate? And then we've got Ye Are Kung Fu and The Great Escape. Classic game, Great Escape. I've never played Mutants. Stallone Cobra, love that game. Great game. Awful on all the other 8-bit micros, but brilliant on the Specky. Green Beret, an absolutely fantastic arcade conversion. A brilliant game, Green Beret. And Short Circuit, which is probably the weakest one on there that I know of. But I love these little cases. I can remember having a lot of Amstrad 6128K games on in these little cases. Really cool. I really like those. So yeah, there's that. And then we've got an unboxed. It's got the manual and the disc, and that is RBI Baseball 2. This one was pretty much flown in, but everything was wrapped in these baggies. Absolutely fantastic. I'll put that one there because it's probably going to be a sod. There's not really a lot to say about baseball. And this one I was really excited about because I had the tape version of this. Fond memories. It was bought for me for a birthday. And I can remember absolutely loving it because on this compilation, Live Ammo, my standalone copy of Rambo stopped working and I had to load it from my Live Ammo cassette. I remember that, and Green Beret and The Great Escape. Army Moves was a good game, I remember. The only weak one on there is Top Gun. Wasn't Top Gun rubbish on absolutely every system? But look at this, guys. It's in the wallet style. I do like these. But you've got the disc there, which is upside down. Got to sort that out. And the manual. And this is in absolutely lovely condition, guys. Really nice. Really chuffed with that. That is absolutely brilliant. And this can command a pretty penny on eBay. Really pleased to get that. Some awesome games there. And then this was one of the only discs I had because it came with the +3. And that is the Amstrad compilation disc Spectrum +3. And on here we have got Super Test 1 and 2, Nomad, Maelstrom, Gift from the Gods and Cosmic Wartoad. I know I definitely had this with my Specky. I don't think it come in this wallet though. I really can't remember the wallet. Maybe it did, but it's got the instructions in there. A little bit yellowed, but it's all there. The only games I remember though are the Super Test games. Gift from the Gods, I remember really liking the graphics on that, but really challenging. But I don't remember the others. I don't recall Nomad, Maelstrom, definitely not. Cosmic Wartoad. That rings a bell. But yeah, I love how on here it's got the address Brentwood House, 169 Kings Road, Brentwood, Essex. CM14 4EF with the telephone number, Amstrad PLC. Absolutely brilliant. We'll put that there. Chuffed sick with that bundle. Thank you so much, Glyn. Thank you so much, Stephen. Absolutely fantastic, guys, on Sinclair for sale, guys. If you're into a specky, go and check it out. We've got one more game to show, and I've got to keep the Nintendo viewers, the Nintendo fans pleased. There's been lots of Nintendo on the pickups videos. We've only got the one today, and it's a modern game, and that is Hot Shot Racing. Now, on the WhatsApp YouTuber group, this was being mentioned on there, and I think someone done a video. Who was it that done a video on it? And as soon as I heard the name Sumo Digital, I was in. Hot Shot Racing. This is sort of art style is Virtua Racing, and that plays more like a Sega racer, Namco Ridge Racer. It looks awesome. I haven't had a chance to play this. I'm going to dedicate a whole evening to this game, guys. I really am. A few evenings, I'd imagine, when I get into it. But I've got to give a massive shout out to Champion 2D Rob on this one, because he was the one that let me know about it. And then I said that I ordered it. I said, I've just went and ordered this on Amazon. And then Rob come in and he said, Scott, cancel it, mate. It is just the box with a download code. And I was like, what, are you joking me? And it was like $17.99, which I thought was an absolute snip. And yeah, that's why, because you're paying for a box and a bit of paper with a code on it. So I was gutted, and so I cancelled it. And then Pete messaged me, Pete on a retro tip, messaged and said, Scott, I've just ordered it through Cool Shop. And they have assured me, I've messaged them, and they've got back to me and said that it is definitely the physical release. This is turned up, and yes, it is the true physical release, which I'm chuffed to bits with that. Rob did say you can get it from Amazon Spain. So you can order it through there. I believe it's the same price. I think I paid 23 quid for this. But yeah, I'm itching to set the Switch up and give this a go. I really am. So there is Hot Shot Racing. Might be able to do a video on that. I haven't done a video on a Switch game for so long. I used to quite enjoy doing those. And there we go, guys. We are now moving on to some Sega. Oh, yes.
It's a Sega. That's a games console. Plug me in and things will really light us.
And the graphics, well,
Okay, do us a favour. Plug me into a Sega.
Champion 2D Rob, completely responsible for piquing my interest in the Master System again. I've recently watched your video, mate, on showcasing some of your favourite Master System games. And this one really did capture my interest, because I love Batman, and I really was so disappointed with Batman Returns on the Mega Drive. And then you picked Batman Returns on the Master System, and you said how it is such a different game to the disappointing Mega Drive release, and it's its own entity, and it really is a great little game. Kind of reminds me a bit like Ninja Gaiden, sort of like the size of your sprites, quite small sprites. It's an action platformer, you've got your winch. It seems to play so much smoother and quicker, not so stodgy and slow as the Mega Drive game. This is really quite a nippy little game and a lot of fun. I've only had a quick play on it, but what I've seen I really like. Nice graphics, nice presentation. I'm really looking forward to spending a bit more time on this. But I got this one after watching your video, Rob, on eBay. Someone had it on there for, I think it was about $12.99. I put a cheeky best offer in of a tenner and they accepted. So like I said, I'm really chuffed with that. It's got a little bit of sticker on the cover there, but with a bit of isopropyl, we'll get that off. Bit of rubbing alcohol, we'll get that off there. For a Master System game, the manual's nice and clean. It's got a little bit of ruffling, but that is in lovely condition. Really, really nice. Chuffed to bits with that. So yes, some Sega going into the wall, boys. And then next up, I'm not sure, I don't think this was on Champion 2D Rob's video. This was someone else that done a Master System video, and I can't think who it is. Oh, who was it? I can't remember, guys, but they mentioned this, and that is Cloudmaster, and that it was a shooter. Again, it's a game I'm not familiar with back in the day, and it really, again, seeing some gameplay of it, I wanted to play it. It's a side-scrolling horizontal shooter, a bit of a cute up. It's not a spaceship, obviously. You're a dude flying on a cloud with magic. Really quite a nice little game. It has got a bit of slowdown, a bit of flickering, but there's an awful lot going on, so you can forgive the Master System for that. But yeah, again, this was an eBay purchase. I put a best offer in on this. I think on CX this was like 18 quid. I can't remember what it was. It was more than £18. So I put an offer in, a best offer of 18 matching CX, and the guy accepted. So I was really chuffed with that. So yeah, Cloud Master. Really looking forward to having a session on the Master System. So that's 2 more games added to the Master System. It's been a while, guys. But yeah, I've really been digging it. It was playing the Ninja. I was playing the Ninja because of Retro Bait, and I was going to do a video. I did actually film a video on that, Paul, and it went horribly wrong. Not my gameplay. Well, that didn't go great, but the video corrupted. I have had some issues with some of my recording. I've changed my app now, so hopefully that will improve that. So yeah, I was gutted that I didn't get that VR out, mate. Next time, I promise I will. But yeah, playing that has sort of got me right back into the Master System. I'm really enjoying 8-bit, playing the Famicom, playing the Master System, obviously the Spectrum. Really enjoying 8-bit at the moment. So there we go, some Sega into the wall. But before we go on to the final Sega bits I've got, I need to show off this box, guys. So this box arrived, and this was originally a trade with a guy off Facebook. He frequents most of the retro groups. He's been around for a long, long time. Chatted to him on and off loads over the years in Messenger. And that is Graham Edwards. Thank you so much, Graham, for this. This started off, as I said, as a trade. And he showed me a load of Spectrum games, and I was really keen on them. One I remember in particular, because it was a player's game. So there is a player's game in here. At the time when he showed them to me, I'm sure it was when I'd pretty much paid out for Wily Wars. So I was pretty skint, and I was like, to be quite honest, Graham, I'd love those games. But I'm really broke at the minute. I'm a bit brassic, as we all are after Christmas, and especially buying a big hitter like that. I was kind of, the retro funds had dried up somewhat, and he said, no problem, Scott, I'll hold them for you. Well, he must have seen some of the swap shop, or maybe some of the posts I was putting up on Facebook with the Saturn games, and he got hold of me and he said, Scott, I'm really interested in Virtua Fighter. If you can do that, we can cut a deal on these specky games. And then he was also interested in Virtua Racing, but unfortunately that went to another tuber, and he just missed out on that. And then we talked loads about Coleco, because he's obviously watched my Coleco videos and he's got real into it. He's picked up a Coleco, and he said, if you've got any loose carts, I'd be interested in those. Any dupes, let me know. So I dug out my loose carts, I showed them to Graham, and unfortunately by then, because this was a few days had passed, he was like fallen further down that rabbit hole and said, no, I've decided I want to go for complete box games for the Coleco. And I was like, yeah, no, fair enough, mate. And it sort of like sat on the back burner a bit. And then Graham got hold of me and he said, Scott, I'm going to send you these Spectrum games. Got a couple other little bits I'm going to throw in. Just send me Virtua Fighter. And I was like, are you sure, mate? And he was like, yes, please. So I sent Graham Virtua Fighter. I hope you're happy with that, mate. That was mint. That was a really minty copy of that game. So I hope you're pleased with that. And with what's in here, I owe you, Graham. Definitely. If I come across any dupes, Coleco, or any other Saturn games you want, I'll show you, mate. So I owe you. I've got to pay you back because you've been too generous here. Too generous. First of all, there's a note, and we've got, hi Scott, Specky Games enclosed as promised. Found this, which I thought you might like. Keep up the good work on YouTube. All the best, Graham. Thank you so much for that, Graham. And the cough was for this. And that is a Mega Drive notebook. How cool is that? I can put loads of little lists. Start all my rabbit hole lists of VHSs I want to buy. The rest of the Mega Drive games I want. The exclusive Genesis games. That's awesome, mate. I can put Loads of information in that. So really pleased with that. Thank you so much, Graham. And then in here we've got a load of specky games. We've got a Firebird game, Gunstar. Looks like a shoot 'em up, a vertical shooter, this one. Gunstar. I don't know much about that one. Let me know, guys, in comments if you know anything about that. And then we've got Blue Max. Now, this is a game I do remember back in the day. I'm sure this was one of the very first specky games I had. I'm sure this is quite an early game. It's not got a year on it, but I can remember my mate had the Commodore that says on here, screens as seen on the Commodore 64. I remember me and my mate scrapping and arguing at what was the better version, because he had a Commodore 64 and I had the specky. So yeah, there was lots of arguments over that. Blue Max, great little aeroplane game. And this is the player's game. I'll show it now, and I'll show it again in a Spectrum Spectacular. So I won't go into too much detail, and that's Prison Riot. I'm really pleased to get this. Plays a lot like Joe Blade. I've loaded it in. It's a fantastic little game, and we will cover this in a Spectrum Spectacular. And then we've got Booty, which I like that cover. It's like a re-imaged cover on there, a re-released cover on the Firebird Silver 199 range. Great little platformer, kind of a bit like Chucky Egg sort of thing, if I remember rightly. But yeah, another great little game. We're going to run out of room here, so what I'm going to do is move these. And then this one, I've got no nostalgia for this game. Never played it back in the day. But it was watching David Plays Retro Games Badly. He covered this in one of his videos a while back. And that's Cyclone. And I was glued to that video, Dave. I really enjoyed what I saw of this game. It looked a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finally getting my hands on this game, because it does often pop up. It's not a rare game, but it's quite a desirable one. It pops up every so often on Sinclair for sale, but it goes instantly. So I'm really pleased that I finally got Cyclone, and I can give it a blast myself, because it looked a really fun game. And then another Firebird game, we've got 3D Stock Car Championship. This looks like a top-down racer, like Super Sprint. Yeah, it looks that sort of style game. I used to love them top-down racers back in the day. And then we've got Druid. Now, is that like a Gauntlet clone? I can't remember. Am I getting that wrong? I could be wrong, guys. But I'm sure I remember this game back in the day. Firebird release again. Can you see a theme? Another rabbit hole. I've hinted on this with the Firebirds. That's going to be an epic collection, isn't it? And then we've got the sequel. And we've got Druid 2 Enlightenment. Lovely big box, this one. I've got a Gremlin game like this in this big hard plastic case. I really like them, and again, it's in fantastic condition. What year is this? Is this got an age on it? A date? Doesn't look like it has. But yeah, it's got all the books in there. Big, huge, chunky book. In really good condition. And then there's something else in here. What we got here? The loading instructions and describing the Spectrum display, so that obviously runs differently to the other systems. Obviously better. Which, there we go, that's gone in there, lovely. But yeah, that is fantastic. I'm really looking forward to playing these. There is so much here for some Spectrum Spectaculars. We can do one on the +3 Specky, and then we'll go through a load of these games, definitely. And then he's thrown in these. Thank you so much, Graham. We've got some loose videos. We've got Halloween and Halloween 2. Gonna look forward. I'm still watching my VHSs on my combi in the bedroom at night. So yeah, I'll be watching that. awesome. And wow, this is a film I haven't seen for years. And I remember this one being quite sinister, quite a chilling film, this one. And that is The Entity. Yeah, kind of ghosts and especially poltergeists kind of scared me. Yeah, back in the day, and still a bit now, if I'm being truthful. And yeah, this is quite a chilling film, and should we just say he's quite a randy ghost as well. The Entity. Looking forward to watching that one again. So wow, that is absolutely blown me away, Graham. And like I said, I owe you something else, mate. Definitely. I'm sure something will come along and I can send it off to you, mate. And we're going back to Sega. Oh yes, we are. And this is a bundle that I got off a while ago now, off Pete on a retro tip. And we've got some classics here. And what's great as well is I believe a couple of these were mine from years ago, because I had quite a few Japanese games and I decided that I wanted to try and go for a full UK PAL set for the Sega Saturn. And I actually sold Pete some Japanese games many years ago. And yeah, I've bought them back off him. And first up, we've got Burning Rangers. An absolutely awesome game by Sonic Team. The later levels seem to get very muddled though. Very messy looking. And sort of screams that this game wasn't finished. You know, it come out late in the life of the Saturn. And yeah, it's almost as if it was an unfinished game, because there was a lot more polish in the first few levels that I remember. A fantastic game. I'm sure this was originally one of mine. And yeah, it's all in there. Lovely condition, Pete. As expected. But yes. Burning Rangers. And then a game which, Lee, I promise I'll send this to you real soon. I'm sending this game, the PAL version, from the swap shop to Retro Chef Lee. But I've got the Japanese one, and I know this one I definitely sold to you, Pete. This was definitely mine back in the day. Let's just have a look. Yeah, it's got all the spine card and the fold-out poster, all the registration cards. And this is in mint condition, and I know that because when I purchased this game, I got it brand new sealed. There's all the manual. And I actually unsealed this game to play it. So I knew it was mint, and I can remember selling this because I picked the PAL version up and sold this on to you, Pete. And it's great that it's finally come back home to the Sega wall. A great game is Last Bronx. Highly underrated game. It uses the Fighting Vipers engine, I do believe, on the Saturn. And it's a weapons-based one-on-one 3D fighter. Really nice graphics. Holds up pretty well today as well. Nice graphics. Nice frame rate. A really quality little game. And a lot of fun. It kind of got lost, I suppose, with the fighters, because it was the Saturn market was saturated with so many quality fighters, and I think Last Bronx got a little bit lost in amongst that, which is a shame. But it is a great game, guys. A really good game. And then a game I know nothing about, and that is Ninku. Again, this is another fighter by the looks of it. Another one-on-one fighter. Looks very anime. But yeah, I know nothing about this one. It's interesting, and Pete done me an absolutely fantastic price on all of these. Yeah, it's all in there. And then I had to get this because this is one of my most played, apart from Sega Rally. I'd say this is the second most played Sega Saturn game with me and my mates back in the day. And that is well known here as Athlete Kings, and in Japan, Decathlete. Absolutely glorious game. Stunning looking game for the time. The visuals on this game just blew me and my mates away. It really did. Them high resolution graphics. And a stonking gameplay. The sequel weren't quite as good as this one. I don't think it was. Winter Heat was nowhere near on par with this game. But this is fantastic. And I had to put it back in the collection and get the Japanese version. It had to be done. And then the final Saturn game off Pete, and that is Sun Puyo Puyo. And I love these chunky cases where they're slightly thicker than a CD case. I wish all the Saturn games come like that. Really lovely cases they are. Yeah, I love Puyo Puyo games, so I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this one. A puzzler. It's a quality. And then we're going to end it on a high, guys, from this bundle off Pete. And he recently done a video review for this. Go and check it out if you haven't already. And it's a Dreamcast game, a new release. And that is Xenocider. And I'm absolutely gutted because my Dreamcast is poorly. It's still not working. It's my original launch Dreamcast that I got back in the day. And it's playing up. It keeps cutting out randomly. So I'm not sure what's wrong with that. I need to send it. I did say I'd send it to you, Craig. I've got to sort that, mate. But life's been very busy at the minute. But I will get that sorted to you to see if Dr. Craig Goodwin's Place can sort out my Dreamcast. And I am gutted because I'm itching to play this, guys. Go and check out Pete's video review of this because he covers it really well. And it's kind of like Space Harrier. Plays like Space Harrier, Panzer Dragoon-ish, where you're flying into the screen. And graphically it looks really good. And this is the limited edition release in the DVD. A lot of the later Japanese Dreamcast games come out in these DVD style cases. You can get the sort of like CD dual case release. And Pete said he got both versions for review. So he's kindly sold me the limited edition release. And I am just gutted. Really chuffed to have it. But absolutely gutted that at the minute I can't play it. I haven't tried to load it yet. I was trying to play Crazy Taxi the other day with Jade. And it just kept crashing out randomly. You'd get past the menu screen and then just cuts out. And it's so bloody annoying. But maybe I'll have a little tinker with the Dreamcast myself and see if I can get it running. But Xenocider, guys, I can't wait to play that. Where's it going to go? Where's it going to go? We'll put that down there. It's probably going to be out of shot. And then finally, yes, guys, it's time for this. Oh yeah, the Mega Drive final countdown continues. And we are down to 7 games. But let's clear this up, shall we? Because I lazily have just been using an app on my phone called Retro Collect. And it literally lists every single Mega Drive game. It's got all the Sega systems on there. And you just tick them off as you got them. And I very lazily use that. And I haven't done my homework as I should have done. And lots of you have very kindly pointed out to me that some of these games aren't actual official UK PAL releases. We've got 7 left to get. But Tony La Russa Baseball, Tootie informed me that is actually an Australian release. So we go from 7 to 6. And then Dragon Ball Z, big game, Al. I'm looking at you, mate. How dare you beat me to that on Galaxy Sega. I was gutted, Al. Yeah, Al beat me to Dragon Ball Z on Galaxy Sega a few days ago. Gutted, he got it for a good price as well. I'm sure we could swap some Saturn games for it, Al. Wink, wink. But yeah, Dragon Ball Z isn't a UK PAL release, but I'm going to keep that on the list because I would really like that game. So we're still down to 6. And then Lakers versus Celtics and the NBA playoffs. I'm dreaming, guys. I would love to put it in, but it was never officially released in the UK. I know that. And there's only something like 19 copies in existence or something. And I'm going to have to sell a kidney to be able to get it. Probably. So it's a bit of a dream. But we'll leave that one on there for now. So shall we say we're down to 6 games. Yeah, we'll go with that, shall we? And this is going to put it down to 5, guys. And we are talking DJ Boy, Gruss Newton's favourite Mega Drive game. DJ Boy. Loads of memories for this. But I had the Japanese version. And I've still got the Japanese version. And again, when I was going through, I ticked it off on my app on my phone. And it turns out that I ticked it off that I had it and I didn't have the PAL release. I've done this a few times, and guys. But yeah, DJ Boy. And wow, this was a game that you could pick up any time for 15 quid. Probably 20 tops mint. And a guy on Galaxy Sega again is selling off, it looks like, his whole collection of Mega Drive. And he had loads of games. And I see DJ Boy on there, and I saw there was something like 50 comments, and I thought, I bet I've missed it. And no, it was still for sale, and he said he wanted 25 quid for it. And I thought, ooh, I'm sure DJ Boy's only a 15-20 pound game. But I looked on eBay, and it's going for 40-45 quid on eBay. I can't believe it for DJ Boy. And it's in fantastic condition, guys. The manual, everything is really nice, apart from, I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up, but there is a very slight hairline crack running down the cart. But that really doesn't bother me at all. At all. The label's all nice. The game, yeah, it's got that crack in it, but that doesn't bother me. I've got the Japanese release, and if I'm going to play it, I'll probably play that. But it's got a hang tab. It's in lovely condition overall. So yes, get in there. Another one down. We only need 4 games really for the official PAL set, but we're saying that I need 5 because of Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, we could go down to 4 really, couldn't we? Because I'm not going to get Lakers, am I? It's just not going to happen. You never know. You never know. I might pick up in a charity shop. But yeah, DJ Boy, yes! Get in there. I hope you're happy with that, boys. Some Sega. We'll put that in front of RoboCop. There we go. Some Sega to bring Sega Zombie back in his pickups videos. I hope you've enjoyed this, boys. In comments, please let me know on any of these games. Let me know if you've played Batman Returns and Cloudmaster on the Master System. Until the next time, there's going to be loads and loads of specky videos. Like I've mentioned before, I've got some focus videos I want to do on the wall, which I'm starting to plan to do those. So there's loads of content to come, guys. Thank you all for watching and your support. And until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega Zombie. Sega